Hey guys, I'm Dupree, and today I'll be showing you how to make pretty much every type of bank there is. So, I've done several videos on banks, and I've added a few more. I've added a few more different styles of banking that I figured you guys would like. So I'm going to go ahead and throw those into that video. So we're just going to start off with a regular bank shot. So we're going to try to bank the 5 into the side. Probably the easiest way to get out of this situation would be to make the 5-6 combination, but let's just say that you can't do that for some reason. I don't know, maybe your league doesn't allow combinations. That's not a real rule, but I'm just making up that rule right now. So, what we would do is we want to bank the 5 in the side. And what a lot of people do is they just get down real quick and they shoot it, which can make the ball, as you saw, but it is not the best way. It is not the best way at all. You just don't want to do that, because if you rush, you could mishit the cue ball like so, or you could, well, I was about to say miscalculate, but I didn't miscalculate. You could miscalculate and then make the wrong ball. So there is a lot of different things that can go on, so that can go wrong. So I'm just going to walk you through the proper steps. First, you need to measure out your shot. So we're going to use a physics law. Angle of incidence equals the angle of reflection. So the angle that a ball goes into the rail is the same angle that will come out of the rail. So angle in, angle out. So you just need to measure that out. And so your angle in, angle out leads you to the side pocket. Then you can get down on that aiming line. And then you'll always pocket that ball. If you do it correctly, you'll make it 100%. Not all of us will do it correctly, but it is a law. It is not a theory, so it does work 100% of the time if you measure everything out correctly. So now, banking with spin. So since I've already covered this a few times, I'm going just to briefly discuss this. So if we wanted to hold our cue ball, let's say we needed to shoot the 5 and then play the 8 next. If we just randomly, we bank that, our cue ball goes way over here and we have a tough shot on the 8. So what we can do is play with left spin, which spins the 5 to the right. And that is this direction. I don't know if the camera inverts it. And that can help us hold our cue ball close to this 5. Just you need to spin your cue ball a bit. Whatever spin is on the cue ball, the opposite spin will be transferred to the object ball. So we can just aim it full in. I might not make it. Yeah, I did. But you see that is held real close since we use that left spin to bring the 5 more to the right, which allows us to hit the 5 fuller. The thinner you hit the 5, the more that cue ball is going to travel that direction. And I can also demonstrate this spin with a triple bank, a triple reverse bank. This is a tough shot, but you can get it down quite easily with some practice. So let's say we are playing 8-ball, and in 8-ball you cannot pocket the 8-ball or you lose before you're on the last balls. Let's say you're solids playing 8-ball. Most of you know the rules, so I won't explain that. But since there's no reasonable pocket for this 5, you could try to cut it way into that corner, but that's real tough. So what we're going to do is play a triple reverse bank. So our 5 is going into this rail, back into here, into this side pocket. We need the 5 to come back to the right. We need right spin on the 5. So we're putting left spin on our cue ball. I might not make it first try. I scratched, but you saw it. So you saw how it went down. That right spin took the 5 ball back towards us. You can also do this. It's kind of a pointless shot if you do this. I'm not good at this one. You have to hit it real thin. You can do it with 2 rails. Like, try to bring it back just 2 rails into that top side. But there's no real point to that. If that side is clear, why not just shoot it regularly into it? But that triple rail, the 3 rail one, is much easier. and it's much more helpful than the 2 rail. So now we're going to talk about a tough topic. This is a shot that will not come up often, but it will come up at some point. This is a jump bank. So jumping the cue ball and banking the object ball. So let's say we need to make the 5. Let's say we're blocked by the 8. So this follows the same rule for same angle, angle into the rail, angle out of the rail. Angle of incidence is angle of reflection. But sometimes with that backspin put on the cue ball, that shortens the angle of this rebound. So we're going to aim to rebound it further. We're going to aim to rebound on this right side of the pocket. So we're going to get down on our shooting line and try to find that line, angle of incidence, angle of reflection, to bounce the 5 off of this rail into the side. So that's the line we're trying to play at. And that short, you see how we overshot it? That's what we need to do when we are banking, at least on my table. You need to experiment on your table. We want the cue ball to be rolling as it hits the 5. Let's see if I can simulate a wrong way to do it. If you jump straight in, you're going to mess up. There is a way you can get over the 8. If you hit the 5 directly when you get over the 8, you may overshoot it. Or, I was trying to simulate just hitting straight into the 5. That'll throw off all of the spin. Like if your cue ball lands on the 5, it won't go right at all. So, let me set this back up. Since this is a tough shot and I don't want to explain all of that again, I'm going to take a jump cut. It'll probably only take a few attempts if it doesn't only take one, but here it is. So now we're going to talk about another tough aspect of banking, and that is cross banks. Cross banks is just another word, it's a fancy word for hitting a ball like clear across its face, like just thinning it and then banking it. In this case, we are going to thin it and bank the 8 down into this corner. And that is a tough shot because that double kiss. How the cue ball hits the 8 twice. We need to find a way to avoid that. And there's 2 ways to avoid it. And the first way is to play it with high inside. So high right in this case, just whatever spin will bring it below the 8. So I'm not aiming to make it in this case, but how it goes under, you see how the cue ball goes under, just you don't want to do that. So that was just demonstrating the spin you need to have on your cue ball for this first attempt, for the first style, I guess. And then if the 8 ball is further away from the rail, again, not aiming to make it, you can bring it back. Well, we did make it in that case. You can bring it back with some low left. You can still measure out with your angle of incidence equals angle of reflection, but you need to take account of the spin on your cue ball. Low left will put right spin on your 8 ball. So you need to aim to hit it thinner, aim to hit it thicker, because right spin on the 8 ball will bring it back in that direction. So you need to aim more into the rail, and then that high right will put left, so that's what you need to aim thinner, and that brings it to the left. So those are the 2 ways. I'm going to do a quick demonstration of both of those ways now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button down below. If you want to be notified when I post a new video, you can click the subscribe button and then the bell icon right next to it. That'll just send you an email and a notification saying that I've uploaded a new video. If you have any questions for me, just leave them down below. I will try to answer as many as I can, but you know I'm not going to be able to answer all of them. If you have any tutorial requests, anything you want me to make a video on, just go ahead and comment that down below as well, and I'll be sure to make a video on that topic. Thank you so much for 13,600 subscribers, 13,700 now. That is absolutely insane. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.